Goodyear helping you discover the road ahead. Goodyear, more driven. And the first thing we'll ask him, we'll get right into the conversation about which quarterback he thinks has the most pressure this weekend after spending 11 years in the NFL chasing down quarterbacks himself. Again, you can hit us up at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776, Key J and Z on Twitter.
Zubin, we got to start calling him habitual line stepper Bart Scott. That's what
he
we
does
need to
love
start
saying that. Yeah. And it's not as fun unless the rabbit has the gun. I do believe he likes to say that as well. He's got the cliches out of control.
Unless the rabbit has the gun.
In other words, if you go hunting, you got the gun. The deer doesn't have the gun, right? It's an equal fight if the animal has the gun. I'm just interpreting what Bart said.
He's really trying to figure it out. I love it.
Yeah, the rabbit and the gun.
If you're just joining us, and Bart will be here in a second. You think
why does it have to be a rabbit? The rabbit can't hold a gun.
Well, it's like the Elmer Fudd type situation. And everybody kind of knows. All right, Bart is here to save us. Thank goodness. Not a moment too soon. Bart Scott joins us.
What up, Bart?
All righty, man. Who's got the most pressure this weekend at quarterback, man? You spent 11 years chasing these dudes down.
I'll tell you what, at first it was going to be Baker Mayfield because I thought he was playing for a title, but with COVID, I think he gets a pass. I'm with Jay Weezy on this one.
Yeah.
I think Drew Brees. Drew Brees has wanted to be recognized as one of the greats. He's wanted to be on one of the Mount Rushmores. You look at all the statistics, he has them all. But between him and Aaron Rodgers, they're the great quarterbacks that should be on the Mount Rushmore with all that they've accomplished, but they're not because they only have one title. And it's a shame for every single one of those franchises, whether it's Green Bay or whether it's New Orleans, to say that they wasted the talent of those great transcendent generational talents, and they've only had one Super Bowl title. You know, I mean, you look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady ain't got nothing else to prove to nobody. I mean, Bruce Arians trying to figure it out. They're fighting. Remember, Peyton Manning went there, and they got stomped early on when he went to Denver. It's a process of trying to figure out how to get chemistry with each other. So for me, it's Drew Brees because this is his last swan song. He already told us that he's going out and riding out to the sunset like Shane. We don't know if he's going to live or if he's going to die.
Thank you, Bart. Thank you, Bart.
Let me ask you something, Thick Nick.
Go ahead, Smoke.
No, I'm not Smoke. I'm Milk Chocolate. Check this out though. With Tom Brady though, like with you, when you left Baltimore. You got the big money in New York. Didn't you feel that pressure to deliver a championship to the New York fan base like Brady probably is feeling when he left New England to Tampa Bay with all that super hype?
No, absolutely. You know, it's absolutely a lot of pressure there, but we know that it takes, we watched LeBron go to L.A. and he didn't win his title his first year. He had to get the team that he wanted together and they had to work some things out. I don't think it's going to be a lost season if they don't win the title. I think next year it'll be a lost project if he goes there. Just like this year for LeBron. If LeBron went to the title and they didn't win the title in the bubble, it would have been more pressure on him because, he finally got the team that he wanted. Now, I know they gave Tom Brady a lot of things that he's wanted, but they still haven't figured out offensively how they want to attack people.
But see, Bart, that's why I get frustrated. Like, we all know it's Super Bowl bust. Why does Bruce Arians need to come out and say Super Bowl or bust? Like, why does he always need to say things to project it? We all know that. Like, it just seems like he puts Tom Brady in a situation where it's like if you don't succeed at a very, very high level, it's a failure. And that's not the case.
I mean, you talk about a man that ate paint chips as a child twice, man. Sometimes he can't control himself.
Huh?
You know what I mean?
Wait, what?
What?
Y'all don't know that about Bruce Arians?
No, what is it?
He ate paint chips twice when he was a kid, man. He always talks about that. We always tease him about that, saying that he kept eating, like, you ate it once. Why would you eat paint chips twice?
All right, so as a public service, please check your apartment for asbestos. Continue.
Habitual line stepper Bart Scott. I love it.
Well, keeping it real goes wrong, man. I give him some inside information. You don't get that nowhere else but on KJZZ. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, it's a lot of pressure on Drew Brees because this is last hurrah. They've come up short and fallen short, whether it's a Minnesota Miracle or, they just haven't been able to get over the hump. I think that's a lot of pressure on Aaron Rodgers as well because he knows his days are numbered in Green Bay. I know it's crazy to say that, but we know that he probably has this year and next year, and he's going to be a candidate just like Tom Brady or like Peyton Manning to try and finish his career somewhere else and still have a couple of good tangible years. And he'll be the guy that we're following saying, hey, where's he going right now? We've heard that, he has ties with this person or that person, or he's going back out to San Francisco to finish his career. But for right now, to me, when I think about it, it is Drew Brees. And for me, it's Lamar Jackson because Lamar Jackson's trying to play for that money, right? Lamar Jackson wants that Patrick Mahomes money. He has the same exact resume as Patrick Mahomes other than the championship. This is his third year. He's been an MVP. He's come in on a shortened season, took his team to the playoffs 2 times, but he's failed to win a game. And not only did is he going back into the Lions' den, he's going into the Lions' den against a team that stumped on his logo a couple of weeks ago, a team that came into his house, smacked him around, and this was supposed to be the Baltimore Ravens. 3rd time's the charm. If it's the 3rd time, remember, they came in San Diego at the time, came in, and they were supposed to be the
I didn't know
Lamar
San
Jackson.
Diego had a team.
Well, at the time, it was the San Diego team. It was the San Diego Chargers when they played Lamar Jackson his rookie year before they moved. They came in and they dominated him after he had this great offense. They put all those athletes on the field, and he fell short. And then last year, he fell short after being the favorite. Like, this team is in their window, and the only thing holding him back is a young quarterback.
So, Bart, let me ask you this, though, because you're not a Raven anymore, right? You still –
I'm not.
You're close to the team. What I know. What is the narrative on Lamar Jackson right now heading into Wild Card Weekend?
That he can't win the big game. I mean, I was at that game last year, and the stadium was shocked. The personnel was shocked that not only did they lose, they got dominated, right? Remember Earl Thomas was talking all that smack, man? He got stiffed arms, turned around, smacked in the back, and kicked in the ass. Woo. You know what I mean?
All right, man. This is a family show.
Well, you can't do that in Baltimore. You can't lose that way. And they went out and they got Calais Campbell for this very reason. They went out and drafted Patrick Queen for this very reason. Because you can lose in Baltimore, just like that Tampa team you was on. You can lose. No, what I'm saying is you can lose, but you can't get dominated defensively. You know what I mean? When you think about that great defense you had, like, that's a slap in the face. That's like insult to injury when you lose that way, when you get dominated physically. You can beat me with throwing over the top and trick plays and all that stuff. But last year, Derrick Henry came into the house, and they stumped on the Ravens' chest. And the Ravens aren't used to seeing anybody bully them around. He has a lot to answer for, a lot to answer to. And, I don't look at these five games because they were playing homecoming teams. They're playing a real team now that can fight back. I mean, they played Dallas. They played the Giants. I mean, they played Jacksonville. So, I don't know if they believe that's real. But Calais Campbell is back, and that's what they brought him in for games just like this. I want to see – now, if Derrick Henry, King Henry, I will bow down to him. If he stiff arms Calais Campbell in the hole, then I say there's nothing that this man can't do. We need to test him for performance enhancers.
Hey, Bart, what do you expect from Josh Allen, considering that for the most part this season he's kind of played like an MVP-type candidate? What you expect from him?
Oh, man, it's going to be a tough one for them, man. I mean, for me, that's my upset special because can he handle the pressure, right? He's always been the underdog, but now it's expectations. And if you know how it is key in playoff games, man, playoff games go fast. And you make 1 or 2 mistakes early on, they can put you behind the 8 ball, then you have to pressure and come out of character. Now, he's experienced being able to run around, do whatever he wants, but this team's going to have a plan for him. And Phillip Rivers don't care. Phillip Rivers has been in these big moments before. So it's about what your temperature is like. Can you perform when the pressure's on? And I think that Josh Allen can, but if they get behind, early, or if you get a couple mistakes or you get some fumbles, and a lot of times these other teams is your teammates choking around you, right? And they're trying to come out of character. They're trying to do too much. They're trying to be a star. They're trying to punch above their weight class. If Josh Allen gets behind, can he stay between? Can he stay within himself and say, you know what, I'm going to march us back and any means necessary, I'm going to do what it takes to get done? Or will he press and compound those mistakes?
Bart, can the Colts stop Stephon Diggs? That's going to be a major question. But at least Josh Allen has weapons to throw the ball to. Speaking of a guy who doesn't have any weapons to throw the ball to, what do you think Deshaun Watson should do, man?
Man, I mean, listen, I think he feels like he's not getting the same respect as other quarterbacks within the league, and I think that's what the issue is. Not that he expected them to listen to, who he wanted as general manager, but at least to value his opinion. And remember what McNair said before, like the inmates run the asylum thing. So, like, this doesn't seem like it's a partnership, a collaboration. You should be able to sit down and talk to your franchise quarterback because he is the CEO of your team. He's a guy that represents your team. And I think Deshaun Watson does it at a high level. I think he carries himself with pride, dignity, humility. And I think he's a great face for that organization. But they need to go to him and let him be involved in some of these decisions. Whether you value his opinion or not, you have to play the game and say, you know what, we'll listen. and he feels like he's not being heard. He felt like, he's a franchise quarterback. You trade away his number one target, arguably one of the best receivers in the game. You don't even consult him. For him, he feels disrespected and slighted. And it could be the beginning of the end if they can't repair this relationship and start giving him some of the things that he wants in return. Because they put him behind the 8 ball. No first-round draft picks in the next couple of years. Not a lot of flexibility. They determined to him who his receivers were going to be. He stuck with Randall Cobb.